Yo, what's good, everybody? Got the Beers of Barton. It is Friday, November 8th, 2024. Yes, Thanksgiving was 3 weeks from yesterday. Christmas is like 47 days, I think Michaela told me today. So it's coming. But I hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Hopefully a lot of people get to enjoy an extra day off on Monday where we celebrate Veterans Day, which is all the wonderful men and women who served in our amazing country, military, and we celebrate them. Memorial Day is in May. That's who we obviously, respect and salute, who signed a blank check up to their life and gave it. And then you have Armed Forces Day, I believe. I'm not sure when that's at. We celebrate people who are in active duty. So hope everyone's ready for that. Obviously, we had the election on Tuesday. And it's brought a lot of emotions out for people, regardless of which side you're on, who you voted for. I know who I voted for. I know people who voted differently than I did. And there's just a lot of emotions right now. And, hopefully cooler heads will prevail. Things will settle. But this is why we live in the greatest nation in the world. You can voice your opinion by going to the voters booth. And sometimes who you want to wins, and sometimes who you don't doesn't. And you got to be a gracious loser, and you have to be a respectful winner. So we'll see what happens. Trump won not only the popular vote, not only the electoral college, but the popular vote, which doesn't really happen typically for Republicans. Usually what will happen is they'll win some of those swing states. They always have to have the Pennsylvania or Ohio, whatever it is, and they'll win enough electoral college votes. But you have cities that, San Francisco, where I grew up, LA, New York, I'm probably missing some, Asheville, North Carolina, who are predominantly, liberal blue, and they'll vote, so that county will, but the rest of the state, the surrounding areas will sometimes vote, red. So, but like California and New York and even Texas will typically be blue in a lot of those areas. But that's why we have the electoral college. This isn't a history lesson. People understand how that works. So, but typically what will happen is you'll have, 55% of all of America will vote for, Democrats, and then the electoral college, though, based on those states, will, vote red. So, but yeah, first time since 2024, a Republican has won the popular vote as well by about 6 million. That's pretty big. Senate was flipped too, so that's going to be Republican, and it looks like the House has a chance. So whatever happens the next 4 years, whoever you voted for, I just hope that you're proud to be an American, and that whatever happens is best for America, whatever that is. If it's securing borders, if it's healthcare, if it's the economy. The economy is big for me because I'm going to retire as I get in my mid-40s. Not anytime soon, but it's a thought at least. So, my 401k is something that I think about, safety of, my teenage daughter. And, you just have to look at it. Politicians, you take them or leave them, I guess. But honestly, if you're really doing your research, which I try to do, I'm not saying I'm perfect, is you kind of know what they're running for. So, and you may like 90% of what they run for, and you may like 20% of the other ones. So you got to vote you're not going to get everything. It's like, this is how it works. So, however you voted, hopefully you can sleep at night. That's between you and the good Lord, and that's something that you have to deal with. So it's a personal choice. And I respect everyone's ability to vote. I respect everyone's ability to choose how they see fit. And, there's been plenty of elections where the person I voted for did not win, and, moved about my life. There's been plenty of elections where the person, I say plenty, I've only voted in like 6 or 7. And there's been plenty of elections that I voted and the person I voted for won. And I was happy sometimes. There's sometimes I wasn't happy with the presidency, and vice versa, where I wasn't happy with the winner, but more happy than I thought I'd be with the presidency. But as an American, it's whoever does the best, for America first, whatever that is. But people have different opinions of what's best too, and I get that. There's different issues that sit bigger with, different sides. And I understand that, you're not going to have, both sides aligning on everything. You wish there's more bipartisan, but there's sometimes not. And a lot of times, though, these candidates run on these very extreme right or left platforms, and a lot of times, what they run on doesn't always happen because they can't get it passed potentially through the House and Senate, but also because they're extreme to get votes. Jess and I talk about this all the time. The majority of our disagreements is in like this gray area. I mean, like, we probably agree on 80% of the stuff. It's the 20 that we may agree or disagree on in different levels. But most people are pretty logical about what they believe in if they, sat down and just talked through it. But it is what it is. I just hope everyone's safe there. I hope everybody is respecting, people for their opinions. I'm hoping that nobody, is cutting out friends or family, or attacking people, or cutting anyone out of their lives because who they voted for. Because that to me is extremely, extremely dangerous. It's extremely, to me, it's unintelligent. We can agree to disagree, and you may feel strong either way, and you may, there could be some tension there. Maybe you don't show up to the Christmas dinner till a little bit late because I get that. People have emotions. People have feelings. Like, don't get me wrong, but to cut someone important out of your life over the way they voted, to me, that just doesn't make sense at all. I never have done it, and I never plan to do it. So hopefully no one's dealing with that type of stuff. I'm sure there are people that are dealing with that one way or the other. So anyways, cheers. It is Friday. Hope everyone's having a good time. New beer from Sycamore, 7.4 IPA, Country Kush. It's their new one. I thought it was a cool name, man. We out here in the country, North Carolina, the country of Pennsylvania. Amish showed up to vote. So, I mean, it's different times in our world. So I thought this was appropriate. Because the country has spoken, American people have spoken, regardless of who you voted for. It is what it is. Not a great pour. And again, there's different people who have different views and come from different ways of life, whether it's their environment, their upbringing, come from money or not money, working class people, non-working class people. There's blue collar, white collar. There's everything in between. There's different races and creeds and religions. And at the end of the day, I believe what I believe, and I'm fine with it. And a lot of it's from how I grew up and where I grew up and the experiences that I have, and then maturing as a human being. That's natural. And some people do it, either way. And that's fine. I think that's the beauty of this country. And a lot of people have flip-flopped from either side, especially the last couple election cycles, based on kind of who has been up to be able to vote for. So America is still the greatest country in the world. It's not perfect. There could still be a lot of things that can change, but still such an amazing country. We have so many free rights and so many opportunities here if you take advantage of them. So regardless of who wins, I just woke up and went to work the next day, paid my taxes, paid my bills online, took my daughter to school, went and worked out, planned my vacations. You just, life does go on. So anyways, cheers. Country Kush, 7.4. See if it drinks like a 4.7, maybe a 4.5 or a 4.7. The other interesting thing is Donald Trump is the second ever president to serve 2 terms, because there's 2 term limits, but not consecutive. Grover Cleveland was the first, and I want to say he was the 20th and the 22nd. I think he became president, maybe the 19th president was assassinated, and I can't remember exactly who that was. Maybe not. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th. Anyways, Grover Cleveland was the 20th, and served the term, did not get reelected for 21st, ran again and was reelected for 22nd. So kind of interesting piece of history. I mean, about, it was 25 presidents ago. So about halfway through what we are now. We're at 248 years as an amazing nation, 76 to 24. So 120-something years ago this happened. Anyways, maybe 130. I don't know. I have to look at it. All right, everybody. Cheers. Hope you're having a good Friday. Hope you're spending time with family. And regardless of who you voted for, who you think should have won, where your heart lies, just love everybody, respect everybody. And, you know, the divisiveness has been going on for a while. And there's a lot of people who are driving that. And that type of stuff needs to stop. We need to just come together as Americans and work to do what's best. And just accept people for who they are. You may not agree with their beliefs, whatever that is, but they don't agree with yours. So who cares? Just be nice to people. I think it's pretty simple. So cheers. Country Kush tastes really, really good tonight. Because it's Friday. Cheers. Way too much foam though. Some really bad pours. All right. I'm going to finish chugging this. Jess and Michaela should be home soon. I think they went to pick up Taco Bell for dinner. That's what they decided on. Taco Bell. God bless America. I got to get a good night's sleep. Probably start stretching because I'm going to play basketball tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. I played Wednesday. And I'm just now getting to the point where my body doesn't hurt. And that's how it happens when you're old. And that's it. That's how we do it. Until next time.